I have friends that have been shot. I have friends that have been stabbed. Many people have been stabbed. Many. And they weren't quote unquote lames. They were fully in this life, bro. They were in this life. But for some reason, we still buy into this culture. We even call it culture when it's not culture, bro. Gang life and gangster rap, and we got to listen to the opinions of ex-bad man and ex-criminals, and we got to hear their opinion about everything in life, and everything they say is so funny and entertaining. I don't think it is, to be honest. I don't watch any of these people, bruv. If you are a 9-to-5 guy, there is nothing wrong with that. If you are a legitimate guy, there is nothing wrong with that. You are not lame, okay? I want us... Please, any young black guys watching this, bruv, any of you lot that are in uni, or maybe you're still in school, or you're in college, or anything like that, bro. If you are working a 9-to-5 job, a legitimate career, you are not lame, bro. You're not square. I don't care what any stupid woman, stupid girl has got to say about it, or what you see on social media, all these criminals, they're getting all these girls. I don't give a crap. Forget about all these so-called success stories that you hear. All these career criminals come on podcasts, come on videos talking about this and that, and how, yeah, I did this, I went jail, I come out, look at me, I'm rich, I'm a celebrity. It's a lie. It's the Matrix, bro. There's a reason why these platforms, these people, they get pushed in the algorithm. It's the Matrix, bro. It's to destroy you, to throw you in the trap. Black guys, whether you're young or you're old as well, because guess what? I see a lot of stories of older black guys getting involved in street gang beef and violence, bro. Either they're getting M'd off or they're going jail. Bro, you're hearing these stories of guys 35 years old and he shanked some guy, and now he's in jail on the bus shanking some guy, or some guy 40 years old. He was in a armed robbery and blah, 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 and all of this. Bro, it's not just YNs and GMs doing this stuff, bro. It's guys who have been completely brainwashed and conditioned to believe that this is the only way out, bro. This is the only way they can get respect. This is the only way that is real. Because they've been listening to all these gangster rap songs their whole life. Because they've been watching these gangster movies their whole life. Because they see that all these gangster rapper people, they get all the attention from all the women their whole life. Be yourself. Be an individual. Don't go along with the crowd. Be an individual, bro. Like, be unique. Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow what the masses are doing or what the masses say is real. Do your own thing. Do what makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting nobody, as long as you're doing the right thing, you're not an evil, demonic influence. As long as you got good intentions, bro, do your own thing. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care. Everybody can be against you. It doesn't matter, bro. Everybody doesn't need to understand what you're doing. When I was doing my videos, no one understood what I was doing, bro. No one cared. And even till today, most of the people that I know in real life, they don't understand and they don't care. And most of the support I get is from strangers, fam. All these people that have hit the super chat today are people I don't know in real life. I can count on one hand how many times people I know in real life have actually super chatted me, bro. I can count on one hand, bro. Sometimes you need to walk away from people as well. All these old people, all these old street people that you've known, you need to walk away from them, bro. Disconnect from that life. Disconnect from that mentality, that mental prison that you have of what is real and what's not real. Who makes these rules? Have you ever stopped to think who makes these rules? Who makes these rules? Who's the one saying that, okay, this is real, this is not real? You're a lame and you're him. Who makes these rules? It's time to make a decision. Time is short, bro. I don't think you lot understand. If you look at what's going on outside of your block, your corner, your state, your city, your borough, if you start to look at the world and what's going on in the world, you start to see things are shifting, bro. Time is short. So I suggest you get on the right wavelength, because, bro, You get one chance at life, bro. One chance, fam. You mess it up, that's you. A lot of people, they didn't make it, bro. A lot of people didn't make it into this day. There was people that was alive yesterday that are not alive today, bro. And who knows where their soul has gone? Only God knows, bro. See, I talk about all these other things, reacting to what's happening to celebrities, talking about female dynamics, having these conversations with these women. But at the end of the day, that's all irrelevant, bro. What is important is you. Yes, you. Because at the end of the day, these women are going to do whatever they're going to do, regardless if you like it or not. They're going to do whatever they want to do. So the best thing is make sure you're good. Make sure your head's on straight, screwed tightly on straight, bruv. A lot of people won't like you. That's fine. There was a hate. Some guy was writing negative stuff in the chat. That's fine, because guess what? I can just block him. He's erased. He doesn't exist ever again. I'll never see his comments ever again. I made a video a few years ago and it was called Power. There's 4 pillars of power in this life. Financial, physical, mental, social, and spiritual. There's actually 5. So financially, you need to be on job. You've got to work. Bro, I'm on my grind. You see me right now? I'm on my grind, bro. I post every single day. Without fail. I research. I do other things outside of YouTube to make sure I always have multiple streams, bro. Like, this is very important. You need money to survive in this world. It shouldn't be like that, but it's like that. And at the end of the day, we have to all work. But I say this, make sure whatever you're doing is legitimate. Make sure it's legit. You don't want a police kicking off your door at 5 a.m. talking about how did you afford this watch, this chain, your car, or you know, you don't want nobody questioning anything. You want to live a legit life where you have peace of mind. I think people underestimate peace of mind. They underestimate that, bro. Big up Fancy Giant for another super chat. He says, my old friend was a bodyguard like me. He couldn't leave the streets alone. He's dead now. Other than his family, I was the only one who cared. That's the other thing about this whole street life, street mentality, lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. Bruv, at the end of the day, none of these people, your partners, your boys in the street, your gang, whatever, they don't give a crap about you. They don't give a fuck about you, bro. They don't. You're lucky in this life if you have 2, 3 friends, real friends. If you got 2 or 3 of them, you're blessed in this life. All these, oh, I got 20 of my brothers. We're all gang, blah, 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 blah. A lot of them, they're envious. They're envying you, jealous of you. They just don't like you deep down. You know, that's just life. That's just how it is, bro. Like, you can't trust anybody in this world. You don't know, because you're not a mind reader. So really and truly, you shouldn't be in the business of overly trusting people, bro. Especially if you're around people who are obviously very, very dark. Because at the end of the day, if you are the type of guy that is open to doing, heinous, violent crime, doing all these kind of evil things, demonic things to people, you're not a good person, bro. You're not, bro. You can't be. One thing I can say about myself, and bro, I just thank God for that, and I thank the life of my mum, because my mum forced me to go to church when I was young. I had to go to church every Sunday. Sometimes I had to go to church on a Wednesday. You know, if you're from West African background like I am, you know that church, God and going to church is very, very serious to our parents. Like, when you're a kid, you have no choice, bro. Yeah, and when you're there, you get taught certain lessons, bro, that just stick with you. You may not think about it at the time, but as you get older, those things stick with you. In comparison to the other guys that never went church, they never had no kind of spiritual teaching or teaching about, heaven, hell, the soul, evil and stuff like that. And bro, I always knew, even when I was at my worst, when I was carrying a weapon and, I was doing stupid things, stealing, selling this, selling that, doing silly things, hanging out with people that I know I shouldn't be around, bro. Like, I always had that voice inside me, bro, telling me, bro, don't go too far, bruv. I always had that voice in my head telling me, bruh, this ain't really you, bruv. Now, I've never been a pushover. I've never been someone that's going to get bullied or victim or anything like that. And I still hold on to that today. I ain't no victim, bully. Nobody's going to come and try and, you know, violate me. And they think, no, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to be like that. But don't ever cross the line and try and be some demon out there. There's a reason why all these boys talk about their own demon time. Why do you think it's even called demon time, bruv? Because they're doing evil. What they're doing is evil, bro. But how many times you heard of stories where a guy gets unalived just because he was friends with somebody who had ops? A guy gets unalived because he's from a certain block and he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's from a certain area. He's not even doing any gang stuff. He gets robbed or worse. Things like that happen. You see, a lot of these YNs and these GMs and all of these gang members and these guys that are on social media talking about their criminal life, yeah. They don't tell you about the evil things they've done, the real demonic things they've done where they've targeted innocent people, civilians, people that are not even on crime, where they've robbed them and beat them up and done worse to them. They don't talk about that. But it's on their conscience. And I know that's true because I've been there. I've been in the group of people, and I was talking about this with a girl I was with the other day, yeah. And I was talking about this because I was reminiscing about one story. It was one time, and I'm not even going to get into it too deep because it'll be too easy to identify things. Yeah. I must have been about 16. Yeah. And we was in a certain area at night, and one of the group who was somebody that was well known, he was just like, I'm just going to rob the next person that comes. I'm going to rob them, bruv. Like, but the thing is, the way he was, if he's going to rob someone, he's going to use a weapon on them, bruv. If there's any resistance, he's going to use a weapon on them, and he'll probably will use a weapon on them anyway. Bro, like, that is demon time, bro. Because that person was random. That was random, bro. That could have been anyone. Like, and I always knew inside me, bro, that's not you, bro. You don't have that evil streak in you. You don't have that demon streak in you, bro. You have a conscience. Walk away from that programming.